Welcome to a little less stupid songs and stories to be dumb less and smart more. Today on A Little Less Stupid, we're going to be dumb less on this place called heaven and where the heck it is. And so we were about a year into making our hell-like house, this house from hell that had 25 wild cats in it, feel more like heaven. And we had done so many different things to fix it. It's hard after a job where I paint houses to come home and do more projects, but I did not negotiate with my inner witch with a capital B, and I just did the next thing. And this morning I was excited because the night before I had finished building the chicken fortress, and there was a raccoon named Ralph who was really interested in killing my chickens. And I will also say the chickens are pretty interested in dying. But Ralph, there's a ransom note for him. If you know where he is, let me know. But I was next to these concrete countertops I had recently refinished and the sage green cabinets I had painted, and I was making my coffee in the morning. I was just excited of the work I had done on it. And as the water started to boil and I looked outside, admiring my fortress, I noticed some of the chickens, 2 of them in particular, just weren't moving. And I really love chickens. I had spent 2 weeks in Kauai in Hawaii, and I just noticed the wild chickens everywhere, and they're like, man, these are really beautiful birds. And I noticed they weren't moving, and I went down to the chicken coop that I had put chicken wire a foot into the ground so Ralph could not dig underneath, and I had put 14 inches of sheet metal across the center, so it was like a slip and slide for him to have to try and climb over. And as I looked closer, I'll spare details, but Ralph had removed a really important body part from my chicken's body, and they were no longer with us. And I was just really sad because I felt like I'd failed my chickens, and I felt like I'd failed my wife, who also loved these chickens. And I was just like, man, this heaven I'm trying to build is just really difficult to keep present. And I put the chickens into garbage bags and in the trash, and I added to the to-do list, make sure you take the trash out. And as I made a Home Depot list while making my morning cup of joe, I felt my soul just I don't really want to go to Home Depot again today. And my mind was like, yeah, but we're going to. We gotta keep building heaven so hell doesn't come in. And I poured my coffee, and almost like a spotlight in the morning, there was a light shining down on my Adirondack chair on this little front porch next to a really big oak tree. And this green Adirondack chair said, hey, why don't you come and see what the morning breeze feels like, bud? And my soul said, let's do that. And we did it. I grabbed my coffee and I sat down, and I had a little tug of war with my Home Depot list and getting in my car and just drinking my coffee while I drove. But I said, I just need to sit. And as I sat, I don't know if you know the sound of a chickadee, but it goes something like, It's not a great chickadee sound. Sorry, chickadees, if I messed that up. But they almost said, hi, how are you? And Dave and Gail across the way, our older neighbors, as I sat in this Adirondack chair, they waved at me as they always do, and I lifted my cup of morning joe to say hi, and I just kind of was like, man, this is lovely. And all I had to do is sit. And I almost felt like in that moment, I took inventory of all that I had been given, and I felt like God almost say, like, you're welcome. and I just like sat for a second and just looked around at the trees and the morning sun, and that contrasted by the cool breeze that was there. And I was just like, man, like, this is like, I already have heaven. And I don't know why I'm trying so hard to build it. And I'm not saying don't fix your house like the people who previously owned our house, but I am saying that I noticed this place called heaven isn't for me to build. And it is a gift from the man upstairs. And I just, all I have to do is accept it. And it's just as simple as sitting down. Whether you have a front porch or not, it's there. And this song is called Front Porch. Working when the sun don't shine, give me money, take my time, sweating and there is no shade, digging and there is no rain. I built this nice front porch and she says, come here, take a seat. Tell me why you never come and share the morning breeze. Chickadees and their friends say, how do you do? Dave and Gail smile at me, I lift my morning brew. Snug as a bug in a rug, wondering what satisfies. You used to have these big blue eyes, how they get so gray? Someone tell me what's my name. I built this nice front porch and she says, come here, take a seat. Tell me why you never come and share the morning breeze. Chickadees and their friends say, how do you do? Dave and Gail smile at me, I lift my morning brew. Snug as a bug in a rug, snug as a bug in a rug, was looking for this thing that I think you call love. Was getting tired of looking up, but I think I found it, was under my nose. Think I found the place called heaven we've been trying to go. We should go. Thank you for joining me in this journey to be a little less stupid. If you haven't, pretty please subscribe, leave 5 stars, and I hope you find time, make time to enjoy heaven in the midst of Ralph the Raccoon trying to ruin your day. And we'll see you next week.